Who's back? Guess
Who's
who's back?
back?
Who's
Back
back
again.
You're a nerd.
What? Started it.
No. So we're just getting the stream started, and we'll be officially started in just a moment. But tonight's going to be fun. We're going to be talking about some murals. Got some art to give away.
Halloween to talk about.
Yeah, Jacqi made some treats, which I'm really curious about.
Are you actually going to eat them?
I will totally eat them.
They're made of candy, of course.
Yeah, we're going the sweetness. So here we go. Hey everybody, welcome.
Happy Tuesday.
I'm John.
I'm Jacqi.
And this is the day one of my diet. And Jacqi decided to make some amazing treats for Halloween, so I'm totally going to eat them. And
Why would you diet in the month of Halloween?
Because I've gained an amazing amount. I found all the weight I ever lost.
I found it.
But we've been
found me.
Yeah, we've been working pretty hard, and I mean, granted, I paint, so how hard, but can it be? But all those festivals, holy moly.
Dude, okay, everybody. We just got back from Houston, their Downtown Bayou Festival, which is always a good time. Great crowds, volunteers, the coordinators, fantastic.
The volunteers are amazing there.
Volunteers are awesome. But it was a bit nutty this year because they moved it from another downtown area. There is a new person in charge. That's some growing pains there, but it is like they had some maps wrong for people. And when you're in like a line of transit box trucks that you can't put two down a street, you should not have them going the opposite way.
Well, yeah. So there was a little snafus and stuff, but that's what happens with things like that. And so yeah, it got a little hectic, but it was interesting. It was festivals. It's funny, like when you go to an art festival, like when we used to go, it was just like, oh, it's all nice and it's all willy-nilly. But then you don't realize, I didn't realize at least how much work there actually is to do that. I mean, the tents that we use, instead of heavy-duty steel pole tents or aluminum or, I don't know, I think maybe they're made of lead because they're really heavy. And then the walls, and then you have other walls you put. Anyway.
Of tears, my tears.
Yeah, so it's literally a ton or two of stuff that you carry around in us in our box truck, and but you have that work, but then you have the payoff though, and the reason that you're there, instead of like a gallery show's great and they're fun and they're interesting, but the difference with a festival is that you actually get to talk to people, and which is brilliant. And you get that feedback, that instant feedback, and you get to make friends. Like there was people, we haven't been there in 2 years because of COVID, and there's people that were coming in. You're like, oh my gosh, I came here to see you, and blah blah blah. And it was just that just feels so good. Oh
yeah, it's always really fun to like visit with people who have bought, originals, and they're like they describe how they're hanging, and so. I really liked that there was a couple that had you commission their pup that passed away a while back.
Oh yeah,
and
Princess.
They came by and visited. And
yeah.
So it's good. It's really good seeing everybody. It's just a lot of work. Like I feel like I have not caught up on. I'm still tired.
Yeah. You seem like you're a little tired, but
I'm still tired.
But you earned it. You earned it. So I was gonna say behind me I have a picture of Jack Torrance, the Jack Nicholson from The Shining, and I don't know, it seemed appropriate, and it was nice too because I had it hanging in the festival. Good grief, so my brain's tired too, and it's really like the wood around his face is extremely textured, so I hung it up there so people could touch it and look at it. But spooky.
Well, Nancy Shackelford says heart from California. Thanks for tuning in, and Fred is with us and says howdy howdy.
Well, howdy.
Howdy.
And the Fate mural is beginning, guys. So so we thought we'd talk a little bit about murals tonight and about that. And so the one that we were starting this Friday night is in Fate, Texas. And so we'll talk about that, but also the process that we use murals and how we do them and all that if you're curious. But it all starts here in the studio though before we ever get there. So I started doing drawings of it. I'm working it all out. I'm trying to work out the process and all the colors and everything on canvas before we ever get there, so that whenever I actually start putting it on the wall, and we start putting it on the wall, we we're not trying to figure out all the problems have already been solved. So then it's just a matter of, of painting it on the wall. So we're going to be talking about a little bit about that. Jacqui has some questions. We're going to give away some art. And like I said before, she's made some amazing concoctions.
We are going to test your Halloween knowledge.
Ooh.
And I just put some quick treats together for ideas for people out there that want to do some different stuff. Steve Evans joins us and says, hello, splitting time between you guys and severe weather on TV.
Oh, no. Well,
stay safe.
Well, thank you. Yeah, definitely.
And, you can always bet on that in Oklahoma. It's always something up there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always something.
For sure. Yeah, we kind of share your weather. So whenever we hear about it, your weather, either we know it's coming this way, or you guys are getting the weather from us. So.
Yeah, we that was another thing with this festival. Like, the weather turned out really nice. It was a bit muggy, but it was like possible rain on the last day, and then it was sprinkled a little bit, and then at the very end it was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting texts from the moms, and they're like, are you okay? Here are tornadoes, and it's like, oh no, just want to get out of here.
Well, we're on the 14th floor. We're fine.
Yeah, we wouldn't be the first time we've been sent to the basement from a hurricane. I mean, from a tornado
or hurricane. Almost really. But,
yeah. So
yeah, we like our weather.
Well, you should show everybody the painting you're working on, and then I'll talk about the treats.
If I remember, oh yeah, I can't remember which button I'm supposed to push. We haven't done this since last Tuesday. So here we are, guys. This is okay. So the mural is 80 feet long. This is probably about 20 to 30 feet of it right here, and it's and this is the closest side. So there's a street that's going down like over here, like going this way. So the train is going to be the closest part to the street. So I wanted something that's kind of a lot of detail and and movement. Of course, we have right here the Fate for Fate, Texas, and then there's also going to be a Pony Express rider, the silhouette of the town in the back, cotton fields, blue skies, and the cool thing about where the building is too, and because it's so tall, is that if it's a blue sky, it's blue sunny day,
it'll blend right in.
Yeah, it may blend right in, and one of the cool things about this too is that. In Fate, they're wanting. They have this big green area a lot. That's just is one wonderful flat green area that they want families to be able to go out to, and then be able to have events. And then the whole side of it is just going to be this mural. So that'll be nice. So I wanted something that it's interesting, but it's different all the way down. But right now I got the train, so I've been putting in some colors here. I thought I'd work on the smoke a little bit. So I have some transparent raw umber that I'm going to be putting up here, going through here to make sort of a dark kind of smoke. And underneath it, I'm going to have a blue smoke that's sort of going to go. You can kind of see where I might have, you might be able to see that, where I have little ideas.
Yeah, I like that.
So, I don't know. We'll see. If that doesn't work, that's what white paint was invented for, so,
Well, Fred says it was snowing in Idaho. Now I'm back in sunny Nevada. So,
wow.
Nice. And Barbara has joined us, says, hey.
Well, hey.
I'm awake this time and present and accounted for. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome.
Michael McCall is with us and says, nice.
Hey, Michael.
Fred sent a wow happy face, and Michael says, are y'all doing Huffines this year?
No. And, hold it. No, we'll... We just did our very last festival, and so the rest of the year I'm doing commissions and mural, and I don't know what else.
We're done with festivals.
Yeah, we're done with festivals. I'm not sure what else is on the...
Yeah, and I don't know if we would do Huffines. I don't know if we'll do Huffines again, because at some point with festivals, you have to be... you don't want to oversaturate the market. So we kind of space them out a little bit, and Huffines tends to be later on the list, unfortunately. But
yeah, that's true, because if you do too many in the same area, then... I don't know. So, but yeah, it would be cool. I don't know. Gosh.
Well, and Fred says, awesome. I do see a face in the smoke still. So.
Oh, you do?
Mm.
Oh, hold it. I bet it's... sorry, I said the mic, guys. Here, maybe? Is this it?
I don't know. He'll have to tell us, but I kind of see it there.
But
That's weird. Is that like the nose and the eyeball, and it's all kind of squished? Linda has joined us and says, great. Steve says you should do how many faces you you can find in the smoke. How many faces can you find in the smoke?
Yeah, really?
Melanie Fabry joins us, says that is awesome. And Misty Lemons joins us, says the city of Burleson is looking for muralists.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Kylie sent me a message and said that Fort Worth is looking for muralists too.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, I know it's your favorite thing to do. Ron Captain joined us and says, hi guys, I have a bad connection in New Mexico, so I may lose you. Looking great. Well, thanks for just tuning in and saying hi.
Yeah, and murals are hard. But that's why I wanted to do it the first one we did in New York, like 5 years ago, 6, something like that. I did it because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do a mural because all the touchiness that I have to do with it, painting, and we could, and they're difficult, but.
Yeah.
Part of the allure of them is that it's difficult, but it's going to be there, and the way that I put the murals down, and I'm not knocking like spray paint artists or anything like that but I put it on just like I'm painting a painting, and so it's really thick paint with the brushes, and the paint the paint that we use bonds with the bricks, and it lasts for decades and decades, so it should be there for.
Yeah.
Ever, whether they like it or not. So that could be a bad thing. Be like, oh,
have
great.
to paint over it.
Oh, great, that painting's still there.
Well, Fred said, yep, that's the face. And then Michael says, I see it. So, yeah, so do you want me to explain the treats?
Oh, yeah. Here.
While you paint?
So here, let's go over to here, and then we'll have some treat-splaining.
Okay, so it's October. Everybody's like Halloween stuff. Last year, I did a costume every week. I'm too exhausted. I'm not doing that. So, what I wanted to do tonight was just some really quick like treats, some fun weird things. So the first treat I did, is a candy corn substitute. So I think candy corn is disgusting. Jack likes it. You kind of eat it, don't you?
Well, I like it for a little bit. It's like every year, I get a little bit. I go like, oh yeah, that's okay. That's pretty good. But then after a bit, you're like, oh, wax.
Yeah.
So,
No. Why?
I'm still in the okay part of it now.
So, so this is kind of like a little bit of a healthy twist on it. It's a dessert candy corn. So you can go to the next picture. So this is what it looks like, and I have it here too. It's on the bottom level. It's pineapple. On the middle, it's mandarin oranges, and on the top, it's whipped cream. And then you garnish it with the fewest candy corn possible.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really good. And it's, I don't think you're supposed to make it like this, but this is my wine glass, so it's huge. So I'm going to have to give that to Jack.
It's my wine glass, so it's huge.
So it's huge. Like that. So that's like a healthy, weird treat. I don't know, it's fun.
Well, you should come work on the smoke while I eat that. That sounds like a good
I do have a spoon if you want to eat this. Ooh. I'm ready. Okay, and then the next fun treat, and keep in mind, I don't cook, I don't bake, I don't do any of that. I envy those that can, and it's fun to experiment, but I just don't have the patience. So if it doesn't come out of a can ready or frozen and can just be nuked, I don't do it. So any of these treats would be like, I can make them really fast. You unzip something and bam, you're good to go. So the next one I thought would be fun are Reese's Bats, little tiny Reese's Bats. So you need Oreos, Reese cups, little eyeballs, and the gel to like hold it all together, little black icing gel. And you can go to the next picture. And that's what they look like. So I've got them right here. Well, you guys can kind of see the picture, but yeah, they look like little weird bats, and
that sounds delicious.
Kids will love them.
Can you eat the eyes?
Yeah, it's all edible. Yeah.
Ooh, I want to eat one.
Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll bring you one.
Ooh. I'll let you guys know if it's any good.
It's on this side.
Oh. I think. Oh gosh, I like everything about this.
The biggest one.
Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't know there were different sizes. Look, guys. So. It's Oreo cookies and Reese's. I mean, there's no way to go wrong with this, really.
There's no way to go wrong.
Look, it's just it feels so cute. I like the little eyes.
Oh, Nancy asked, "Is there Jell-O in there?" In this, no. Uh-oh. It's just pineapple chunks, mandarin orange, and whipped cream, and that's it. It's like it's I mean, it's pretty healthy. I mean, it's more healthy than just eating a bag of candy corn.
Yes, yeah, this is really healthy.
Well,
Oh,
yours
no.
is not.
What's the glue? Did that get you?
Yeah. And Michael says people would be walking around at the party with Cool Whip on their ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the glue that you stuck this with?
It's like black icing gel.
Oh, good. I got it all on my face. That's good. Sorry,
Anyway,
guys.
so those are like 2 little quick treats that are kind of fun, Halloween-esque. I just like Googled it. So, I mean, if you're looking for ideas, Pinterest or Google is your best friend.
I gotta say, I like the eyeballs. It gives it a nice crunch.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't need any eyeballs. I just munched on the stuffed wallet because I will say the tricky part of making those is cutting the Oreo, and it just like I had to go through like 5 Oreos before I got like a decent half cut. So if you're a family and you're not grossed out by it, you might as well just eat it in half.
I am.
And then just stick the other half.
I like your
on
way
there.
because then you have to destroy all the broken Oreos. And you're like, oh doggone,
true.
broke another one.
True.
Well, those are delicious. I mean, they're terrible. If you got another one, I should get rid of them for you.
Yes, I have another one.
They're really good, guys, and gosh, except for it being hard to cut Oreo, I wonder if there's a trick to it. Like if
There might be. Like you could probably I don't know. Maybe you can heat up your knife, or maybe there's
cleaver?
like sawing instead of cracking because it would just.
Oh.
Oh, and I will say I used thin Oreos, whereas some people might use the regular Oreos, and then you like pop them off of each other, you unscrew them or whatever, and then do that. That might be a little bit easier, but I might get tarred and feathered for this, but I don't like Oreos. I'm not an Oreo fan, so I just got thin Oreos because it's less Oreo.
Well, I like Oreos a lot. I'm a true-blooded American, but
there's a whole bag in there for you.
But no, I can't. But I don't like to dip them in milk.
Oh, see, I could do that. Like I could, yeah.
I'm an anti-dip milk dipper, and also I don't like cheese on my apple pie. I like cheese. I like apple pie, but never shove the
weird.
Never
That's
shove the
just
twain meat.
weird.
Never.
Well, Janice Keene joins us, says thanks for the cute ideas. Thank you. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And Krista Webb says super cute. Amy has joined us, says if you use a serrated knife, it cuts easily.
Oh, see, yeah.
Okay,
that's good to know.
Good tip. Like it.
When you make more bats, huh?
Fred said, bite out the eyes and scream, "Stop staring at me." Sounds like a good TikTok.
Yeah,
I like it.
that does sound good.
And Misty says, I make Frankenfudge. It's melted white chocolate with green food coloring and Oreos. Let it cool and cut it into squares. It's yummy. That does sound good.
Why aren't you over here right now?
I know.
Gosh.
I'm not, I am not a big fudge fan, but the idea of Oreos in that, like, almost kind of like a cake ball form sounds really good. I like the flavor of Oreos. It's just, I don't know, something about it.
I'm a big fudge fan, and the more I eat it, the bigger I get. but it's really good.
That's going to help your diet, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
So I see that you've got a lot of like burnt sienna. Or what other colors are you gonna?
Yeah. Well, it's a raw umber.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And yeah, and so like but here that's a good. I'm glad you said that. Here, let me put some burnt sienna up next to it, because these are great. 2 great colors to be able to do for an underpainting. So here, under here, I'm just going to put some burnt sienna right here, so you can see the difference.
Okay.
Burnt sienna is kind of an orangey color, where the raw umber is more of a gray, a different kind of. If you think about brown with a little black.
Yeah.
Burnt sienna is kind of like a brown with an orange.
Okay.
And
that makes
sense.
sense.
Thinking like, I don't know. Then why am I describing color for you? I don't know. But
no.
I read in a book that
it makes sense.
but so what I'm going to do though is I've got, where is this? Yeah, that's the one with the one. So I have that golden paint that I use a lot to draw. But the nice thing about it is that this comes already with an acrylic flow like release in it. If I add another acrylic flow release that I have from a different brand, it makes it kind of tacky. But on this, if I take that and then I dilute it just a little bit, there. I just want to get a tiny bit in, because I want to darken some areas of this.
Well, okay. Well, Barbara Brand says burnt sienna. I always call that Augie Doggy color.
Augie Doggy. Wow.
Interesting.
I never heard
There's
that. I
gotta be
like
a
it.
story there.
Yeah. And name like that, it's got to be a good story too.
Well, so you're doing all this, like you're painting this like your typical paintings where it's like layer after layer after layer, which is what makes them so great. But when we're on the wall, we have to knock this bad boy out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so how do you...
this is only like a quarter of the paint of the wall of the mural or so. Yeah.
How do you translate that layering to the just, putting it down in a couple of layers?
Well,
if that, like, is it just like quick blending, or is that what you're doing with?
Well, also, yeah, and also I think one of the things that's good to keep in mind is that this is 18 inches tall, so the actual mural is going to be 14 feet tall. So just imagine this, everything on here just stretched out to the nth degree. So like one little part of this, oops, sorry, I'm dribbling. Make sure I don't have any more real quick. I just happen to feel the mess. Well, I felt the water coming down. I knew that the color will be following it, and so okay. Anyway, so here is going to be a little bell, and this bell might be like, I don't know, like, well, if you think here's like 7 feet.
Yeah. So
here is like 3.5 feet. So I mean that's this is like a foot or so here. Of it. So the bell is almost a foot. So that's actually like when you think about it being so much color, it's going to be so spread out that it will look like a lot of color when people are away from it. When you get up close, it's almost like if you sorry about that. It's my mama, but she knows what we're doing, so I'll call her right back. I promise. I'm a good son. I promise.
She knows what we're doing, so she's gonna call right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she'll remember. She'll be like, and she'll be embarrassed. She'll be like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I know what. She's gonna be like, did Jacqi wear her jewels and her glitter eyelashes? She's so funny. She while we were out of town, she was sweet enough to stay with Jack, and she sends me this picture of like face jewels and stuff and glitter eyelashes, and she has a tendency to buy these things for herself. So I was like, that'll look great on you. That's going to be awesome, like.
I mean, she doesn't wear them every day, like for herself.
Well, she doesn't know.
I mean, she doesn't dress up like It's not. It's not like what was that lady in that the Drew Carey show? She would have the
Mimi or something.
Mimi, yeah.
Well, no, yeah, she doesn't.
Not
she
like that.
Doesn't. She never really wears that stuff, but every once in a while she'll get on a kick where she'll be silly and do something funny. So I responded and I was like, that'll look great on you. And she's like, no, this is for you in the live show. I was like, oh, here we go.
It's on now.
It's on.
So just look at all this pollution I'm putting into the air.
No. Well, so you were talking about height and everything. I know we loaded up some other images of murals if you want to
go
into that a bit.
But that was a really good question you had though about that, because I think on the mural the process we'll use for this one is for some other murals, like we've gone through and I put in black lines, kind of how I do on a canvas, and then I've gone in with color all through the entire mural, and then I'll go back and put in, then I'll draw in the black lines again. This time I think I'm going to take like little sections, almost like a little grid area, and finish that area out, and then when I'm done, go back in and touch up everything. So I don't know if that makes sense. So let me so here's a picture.
Okay, so this is the second Bishop Arts mural that we
girl with the guitar.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That we did, and this, I mean, you want to talk tall?
Yeah.
This is oh gosh, it's 3 stories with a little bit on top because of construction or whatever, but
oh yeah, well, it's actually 4 stories.
I guess it was it? Oh yeah, because they had an elevator. That's right. Anyway, so
the whole thing was like 50 something feet tall with it all.
Yeah, I mean, our boom lift, in fact, I don't think our boom lift properly reached the top.
Yeah, it was tippy top.
We had to kind of not beg, but ask very nicely for the construction crew to let us borrow their boom lift for just a hot minute to get that extra like 5 feet, I think. And I don't do the boom lift; that's all John. So,
well, you you drive it, like you operate it from the ground,
Yeah.
and I'm up in the top.
Yeah. Which, if he's not nice to me, he doesn't come down.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm on the radio with her. Hey, darling, have I told you in the last 10 minutes how much I love you? How sweet you are. Gosh, I sure love your treats you make during Halloween time.
Yeah. So this mural was, gosh, we probably did this one pretty quick. I think we did this one in 14 days. We did this in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we had a deadline. What was great about this mural, and Matt, the guy who commissioned it, because he owned the 2 buildings. And,
He's so nice, yeah.
Is that the deal was that we would do it for a chunk of money, but another little chunk went to the Guide Dogs of Texas. Just, we're big fans. So that was great. And I forget why, but there was a deadline for it. So
it was a good chunk. He did. They made nice.
Yeah.
They made a really nice donation, and the guide dogs school even sent people out to
pick it up and everything. Yeah. So it was great. Yeah, I mean these murals are huge, so it's not like they're expensive to get made, sort of. So if you're ever thinking about painting the side of a building,
yeah,
it's not gonna be cheap.
Well, it's because if you think about it, this is 4 stories tall, and if you think about the size of a canvas I have here, how many of these canvases that would fill up, to make a mural like that, and it's and then it's a little daunting, which is why I say murals aren't easy, but not all of them have to be giant, I guess.
Yeah.
But the reason it only took 14 days though is because of the process. Like when we do this, like I did the painting on a canvas, but Jacqi had photographed the building and did out a map of the building where all the windows, pipes, any structural things were. She painted out with a tactile paint on the canvas, so that I had this canvas with the building already like kind of drawn out with paint that I could feel. And then that's the canvas that I actually did the painting on. On the one I'm doing now in Fate, Texas, it's just a perfectly clean brick wall. So there's no reason to really do it. It's just it's 14 feet by 80 feet,
Yeah.
And so there's no architectural sort of things to put, unless you just want to count bricks, But
yeah. Well, Misty says super cool. And Fred says, I like this mixture of colors you have been playing with in this train and the R2D2. It's wild, but it works.
Oh, thank you.
It's cool. And Steve says, being blind, what is it like for you being up on the ladder or lift painting?
Much better. I used to be slightly afraid of heights.
Now you have nothing to worry about.
Too completely terrified if like there used to be a thing called the shootout at Six Flags, which is a hard plastic chair thing that would go up so high, and if I was with a friend that would start shaking it, I would I'd be like gripping it, just freaking out on the inside, trying not to let it show. But now though, not being able to see the ground, it's a lot easier just to stay calmer and stuff, and I know I'm up there, but at first, like when you're on the lifts like that, it does it sways, like if there's a breeze or when you move, it'll move kind of like this a little bit. After a while, you get used to it, and it's just like the rocking of a ship. So it's just like I'm on a boat.
Yeah, and I won't get up there. I mean, I'll happily drive him around,
yeah,
but I will not get up there.
You did it first, when we first started doing these, and
well, I would get the first time we did the first tall one. I got up and I was like at about maybe 25 feet, and then I was I could not, and then from there I'll do anything that's like 25 feet and lower. Like, we'll go over to there's a couple of other murals we'll show you guys that have some letter work, and like I went in and did some of that, but it's lower to the ground. So I should say with this mural we did do it so quick. Part of it was because we did have help from Dan Black, which is a fantastic muralist here in Denton. So
he went in and he helped lay down a good portion of the black lines a little bit at first, just to help speed it up,
and I won't go that tall.
So it helped get the perspective. So I had the drawing and all, and we were all working. That was nice.
Well, Fred asked, where is this? And then Barbara just answered it a little bit ago. It's on Melba Street, just off Bishop. It's in the Bishop Arts District here in Dallas. So around the Oak Cliff area. If you're ever in town, if you're ever this close, you should definitely holler at us so we can meet up.
Yeah, which one is this?
This is the other Bishop Arts one. So this is actually 2 blocks down. Same builder wanted us to do this one. It was part of the deal, and this was one of your park scenes, and this was the first huge one we did. And I will say, there were a lot of moments where I was like, this is never gonna get done. But then when you started finishing out the trees at the top, I was like, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just
thanks.
the color. I mean, and it's the color when you're there. The colors are so vibrant. It's just really, really great. The picture is pretty awesome, but it doesn't do it complete justice until you're there.
Well, thank you.
Angela says, not sure if you mentioned it, but where is or where will the life-size mural be located that you're working on now?
Oh, it's in Fate, Texas, and that's right near Rockwell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about an hour away from where we are now, but it's a wonderful thing because it's in the middle of Fate, Texas. So, it was such a great whenever they asked us about it, or whenever we were going through the process of getting the mural. It was just, I don't know, I like the idea of the artwork being around where people live and they work and they go there, and this is the part of town where people go and they'll hang out, and they'll, so the whole families will be there and stuff. So
yeah, I think it's going to be really cool because they've got a whole green area that's going to become a park, and they're going to put like haystacks and park benches and stuff like that. So they're encouraging friends to come out, or families to come out and
so just think for like the next 50 years or so, all the families that go there, the mural will be in the background of their photos, and so I mean they'll the children will remember growing up, and I don't want to be so grandiose, but it'd be interesting though for them to because the mural should last a long time, but for the kids now to have their own children and then come back and then, be able to have photos. I like that idea, I don't.
Yeah, well, and Fate's got a really interesting history. I mean, it was the first rural post office stop. It was a huge cotton industry, and so I mean, I think you did a really good job of incorporating a lot of their history in that. Oh. So I think that'll play well when families are out playing in front of it.
Well, thank you.
So what's the next? Oh, okay. So this is the Liberty mural that you did.
Oh yeah. And you can't really go see it right now because of COVID. In the building that it's at, like you have to go through all the security and stuff, so it's behind all this stuff. But
yeah, it's not really.
But it does exist.
Yes, it does, and it's not really a public exhibit. I mean, it's not a public thing. It was a commission done for the Texas Service Center, and really, unless you work there, you don't go there because you have to go through like metal detectors and have paperwork and all this sort of stuff. But it's really cool because it's all one side, huge side of the lobby. If you backtrack through some of our social media, you can see like the time lapse of it being put together on the wall, which was crazy. And then the other side is all the mock-ups and the process and a write-up of John and all that fun stuff. So
and it's and I really like this. Like it's in a way it's the opposite of the Fate mural, because the Fate mural and like the one we did in New York and the one that in Dallas, the ones there, it's for people to live around, and it's meant for people to enjoy and to be there. And this one is for a very like select group of people, but they're people they're like in charge of immigration and all this sort of stuff that's really important. They're super patriotic, and they do really important jobs. And I thought it was so wonderful that they wanted to have some artwork to inspire them and all. And I thought, how amazing, because this is right on the whenever you walk through into the building and you get through security, this is what you see right as you're walking down and you're about to go to work every day, and it's the last thing you see every night when you leave. And I thought, well, how wonderful, because all these people that are doing these really important jobs, that they'll see it every day. So I thought that was kind of.
Fred says, love that one, Statue of Liberty, and I should say on that picture that painting is 12 feet tall. So the one that we're going to start on Friday is 2 feet taller than that, and then it's 84 feet long. So.
Oh yeah. How long is this one? Do you remember?
Huh?
Is this one 25? Do you remember?
This was 24 feet long.
Okay.
Or 24 by 12, I think was.
Yeah. So imagine the next one is going to be over four times longer, and then taller.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be. So this train that I'm doing, here, this train is going to be taller than that. So it'll be crazy. What's this?
Okay, so
my thing didn't beep. Okay, beep.
okay, so I think this is the last one, but this is the mural that we did in New York.
Oh, okay.
So this is a really interesting one. It's very different. I mean, like people are probably looking at it going, "What? That's not your style at all." So I don't know. Do you want me to give?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so
Tony.
this was a partner project that John did for World Sight Day, and he partnered with Tony Rubens, which if you look him up on Instagram, he just goes by Ruben, but he is an amazing artist that he has massive installations, huge murals on the side of huge buildings in Manhattan and everything, and
Sweden, Norway, Sweden, all over the place.
All over the place.
He's super nice.
Oh yeah, super nice. But his style is very clean lines, these sort of cool colors. You will recognize his work, and that's it. So they wanted John, who's uber colorful and crazy, to come together with Tony and create this mural in New York, and the creating of the mural was to create a viral video which would go out on World Sight Day to promote eye healthcare, advocacy. So I don't remember how long this wall is.
I don't remember.
I think it might have been 27, but you did the woman's face and the eye, and Ruben did all of the other geometric.
Yeah, he does it
tones.
with spray paint. So he has a system where he goes through really quick with spray paint, and so I'm over there with the paint. This is the first mural ever done by a blind person. So we didn't know that doing it. We're halfway through. We had an international film crew that was there and filming the entire thing, the whole process. And I'm there because I'm painting it just like I paint a canvas with a brush, and then Ruben's over there with spray can and in each hand, it's going crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking wow, man, I need to learn how to use spray cans.
I know. I will say that you did that. I mean, we only had 2 days of shooting.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you finished all of this, and you finished all of it in 2 days. All of your portion in 2 days, and so did Tony. But it was that was the first time you've done something that size, and I mean you killed it. It was.
Well,
it was
thank
great.
you. Talk about sweating bullets, though, man.
It was a little nuts. And Fred said amazing. So.
Oh, thank you, Fred.
Okay, so I should say, is there any more murals? I think that was the last one.
I don't know.
Because I think we need to do some Halloween trivia.
Yeah, guys, let's do some trivia. I know it's we're almost 40 minutes in, so yeah, let's definitely give away some art.
Okay, so here's the deal. For if you're a first-time watcher, or if you just need to be reminded, I'm going to ask John some questions. He's going to try to guess the answers, and it's going to be multiple choice. If you think you know the answer, write down the letter. If what you write is correct, I will put your name on a Post-it note, put it in a hat, and when we're done with the 5 questions, John will pull a random name, and you will get your choice of a free medium print. I will say that even if you don't know it, you might as well guess a letter, because it doesn't hurt. So there you go.
Yeah, and we've had many times where somebody only got one answer right, and they were the winner. You only need your name in there once to win.
That's right. Oh, and Misty says the cowboy mural in Fort Worth. So yes, there was that. I didn't. We were a little quick for time.
And I've done a couple. Well, actually, I've done a few here in Denton. For the Arts Center and a couple for LSA and good times.
Good times. Okay, so first question. The first jack-o'-lanterns were made out of what?
I might know this.
A, coconuts, B, turnips, C, pumpkins, D, watermelons.
Okay, I think I know. But it doesn't make sense. But for some reason, I think this is the right answer.
Yeah.
And I think it's turnips, which is
Really?
a terrible thing to make a jack-o'-lantern out of.
Why is it terrible?
Well, because have you seen a turnip? Compared to a pumpkin?
I mean...
It just seems awful. I mean, you got a little turnip. But it makes me think of Baldric on Blackadder.
Yeah.
He always wanted a turnip. He was always like, I need my turnip. So...
Okay,
so
well,
if the brick comes, you'll get that.
I will say that the majority of the crowd shares your opinion.
Oh. Nice.
So the answer is, in fact, turnips.
Well, awesome. We're
So
smart,
way to
guys.
go, crowd. That was a whole lot of right answers. Way to go.
Wow.
All right. According to legend, a unibrow, tattoos, and a long middle finger are all signs of what Halloween creature?
Hold it. A unibrow,
Tattoos,
tattoos,
and a long middle finger are all signs of what Halloween creature?
and a long middle finger. A unibrow, tattoos, and a long... Wow. Okay, go ahead. I just want to make sure I heard you right.
Okay, you got A, golem, B, vampire, C, werewolf, or D, witch.
Tattoos. Gosh.
Misty says, love Black Adder.
Yeah. Bold.
My mom joined us, says, glad you made it home safe.
Oh, thank you. And you know, we met up with your friends, and that was so much fun.
Yeah, it was great.
So nice. But, gosh, I don't know. Long middle finger. Oh. What's the first thing you said?
A unibrow.
No. The answer is like A, B, C, D.
Oh, golem?
I'm gonna say a golem.
Oh, is that how you
Because
say
I think
golem?
it's a golem and not Gollum, like from the Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
I bet that's it.
See, I was thinking golem from, like, Minecraft, because that's my
Because
experience.
I want to say a golem is like in the like Jewish sort of mysticism.
Mm-hmm.
It was like this thing they will make out of clay or different things, and when they inscribe it, I think. I don't know about a long middle finger or a unibrow, so I'm just guessing here. But the tattoos, maybe, I don't know. I mean, any vampire or werewolf that was like hip,
Yeah.
they might have tattoos.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I saw
Okay, well,
Twilight.
the answer is not golem. Sorry,
Witch?
a lot of people guessed that.
Was it witch?
No.
Werewolf?
It is werewolf. The
Hey,
answer
I was right
is, in
first
fact,
guess.
werewolf. So, according to legend, a unibrow, tattoos, hairy palms, and a long middle finger are all signs of a werewolf. Other
Golly.
common traits include unusual strength, an irrational fear of water, and glow-in-the-dark red eyes.
Ooh, glow-in-the-dark red eyes. That's cool.
That's fun.
Very photogenic.
Okay. See, I would have guessed vampire because wasn't the very, very, really, really old vampire movie?
Nosferatu?
Yeah, wasn't he like crazy looking and he had long fingers?
He was crazy. Oh, and they had that movie with John Malkovich in it.
Yeah.
And it was all crazy. Yeah.
So that was my first thought was it was a vampire, but no.
Huh, that's interesting.
Fred said, "Oh, I was thinking the Lord of the Rings, my precious." That's what Okay, next question. In what century did the practice of trick or treating begin? Okay, A, 16th century, B, 20th century, C, 14th century, or D, 18th century.
16, 20, 14, 18?
Yep. What century did the practice of trick or treating start?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say 20th century.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Might as well. Because I don't really know, so I'm gonna go with an odd answer.
Okay.
But I want to say maybe it's something like in the 50s or something. They're trying to come up with more.
Ways to get people to buy candy?
Yeah, and things. And so it might be kind of a marketing ploy sort of thing.
that is Valentine's Day in a nutshell.
Yeah. And Mother's Day. The Mother's Day card thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with final answer.
We should come up with like a Bramblett art day.
Yeah.
How do we market this?
Hmm.
Okay. Anyway.
That might take some thought.
Yeah. Let's think about this. Okay. The answer is not 20th century.
Oh man.
No. Sorry, guys.
Is it 14th then?
No.
Okay.
It is a 16th century. Okay.
I'm not doing well in these
It says
things.
in North America, trick-or-treating began to develop as a Halloween tradition during the 1920s.
Oh, okay.
But the European tradition of going house to house collecting food at Halloween goes back at least as far as the 16th century. In Britain and Ireland, there are many accounts of people going house to house in costume at Halloween, reciting verses in exchange for food,
Wow,
and sometimes warning of misfortune if they were not welcomed.
Wow, that sounds like Halloween carolers. That's funny.
I know.
Give us food. Or
So I feel like
you.
I feel like kids should be forced to recite something, and if they come to our door on the 31st and they have nothing but this trick or treat trite saying, we should send them away.
Like, give me poetry.
Give me poetry. Okay, next question. Which of the following is not a term for a scarecrow?
Oh boy.
Okay, this is weird. This is a weird question.
If I only had a heart.
A. Booback? Bwabak?
Okay.
I can't even pronounce it. B. Gollybagger. C. Doodlesack. Or D. Mockin.
No, it was a brain, wasn't it? How do you? It's much more thinking. If I only had a brain. I think. Not a term. I think mocking was.
Okay.
What was it? It wasn't doodle.
You got booback or bwabak, gollybagger, and doodlesack.
Golly, doodle sack. Well, I can see like sacks being in it, so I'm gonna say that might be one. Bloblet, gollybagger, golly.
Barbara said, I see toilet paper and eggs in your future.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, if we don't give them candy.
For real. Gosh, I'm just going to guess gollybagger.
Gollybagger, huh?
Well.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer. I've only gotten one right so far.
That is incorrect.
Was it a bloblet or whatever that is?
No.
Oh.
A scarecrow has never been referred to as a doodle sack.
Doodle sack. Okay, now that you say that, it does sound kind of ridiculous. But
yeah,
it makes so much sense a minute ago.
There are a wide range of alternative names for scarecrows, including Hodmdad, Mermet, Hayman, Gollybagger, Taddybogle, Moment, Mockin, and Bach. Doodle sack is an Old English word for bagpipe.
Some people have too much time on their hands to come up with all these names for.
Yeah. Fred said, "Woo, on a roll." You should listen to Fred.
I know.
Okay,
gosh.
Next.
So this next one, tell me what Fred says.
Oh, you know this. Which
Really?
of the okay. If you want to keep spirits out of your home on Halloween, what should you sprinkle on your doorstep?
Ooh. What are those little, what are those ghost traps they had in Ghostbusters? And sprinkle those all around.
Well, I think you had to, they're energy things, but you had to, pull them into it. So you'd also need the streams.
Maybe ectoplasm, because if you put that all around, they'll think, oh, it's already been haunted.
Yeah. Okay,
We'll move on.
Okay, do you want to hear your options?
I guess. But the ectoplasm is...
Ectoplasm is not an option.
I'm surprised.
Okay. A, salt. B, holy water. C, sage. Or D, garlic.
Well, I think, in Native American, to purify culture, to purify something, you might burn sage and smudge. Salt, in a lot of, from way back when, was used... It was seen it's purification, I think, because you put it on food, and you could cure food and wouldn't decay. So they think, oh, it's keeping everything away from it. It must be. So I'm gonna say salt.
I like how
I talk so much about it that it's got to be true. So either I look like I'm really smart, or I just look like, oh, he just doesn't know anything.
Well, okay.
But at least I have a reason.
I mean, think about a show that you really, really, really love. You've watched 1 million episodes, and they used this frequently.
And Into the Shadows?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna say garlic,
No, I went to high school with one of the actors.
Oh. Dean Anderson? No, hold it. No, Dean Anderson is the guy from. Yeah, you went to. Yeah, you went to. I just aged you a bit. I bet. I was like, yeah, I can't think of his name, but yes, okay. Supernatural. Oh, Atkins.
Jensen Ackles is his
Ackles,
real name.
thank you. Jensen Ackles. Yeah. Y'all both went to the same high school, and I think it was salt, didn't they?
It was salt. The answer is, in fact, salt.
Yay!
So Misty said they used it in Supernatural, which I do remember them doing that.
Oh, see.
And then Fred said MacGyver.
Yeah, yeah.
I like how you
went to high school with MacGyver.
Yeah. No, I did not. I'm not that old. Thank you for doing
How old is Dean Anderson?
I
wonder. He's
don't
probably
know, but I want to say
60s,
that.
Maybe.
Well, MacGyver was like my dad's favorite show.
I bet he still looks good though.
I mean, he probably looks good. He looked good in Stargate.
Well, I'll tell you what, he rocked a mullet, and he looked okay with a mullet. And if you can look good in a mullet, then he must be a good-looking person.
I remember it was like one of my dad's favorite shows when I would come home from school, and it was like, just chill, we're eating dinner, and then MacGyver. It's a thing.
Well, every guy wants to be like MacGyver. I mean, every time something breaks in the house, you're like, let me get my tools, and I'll need some duct tape, and I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lighter, maybe.
Yeah, a lighter, duct tape, and some.
Okay, anyway. All right, so show us what you've done on the painting while I put the names in the hat.
Okay. So this is what I've done on the painting so far. I've added a little bit of pink, it's like fluorescent pink up in the clouds. And I'll add more later, but right now it's so wet that if I put the bristles on, it'll actually take the paint off the canvas. And how do I know that? Because I did that a couple times. And you can feel it, and suddenly you have raw canvas again. I was able to repaint it. So I added a little bit of the fluorescent pink, and what else did I? Oh yeah, I added. Where did I put it? So it's a cadmium medium hue. I don't know why I'm showing you this bottle. It's sometimes I reuse bottles, and because I can put a paint in there, and then I can put a medium, and then I can shake it up, and every time I need it. So it makes it easy. I can make little bits. I don't have to mix the paint all the time. But in this is a yellow that I've mixed with a high flow acrylic release, and so I put a little golden cadmium medium hue, which is yellow. So sorry, my brain is still in festival mode, I think.
I know. Well, Fred says, speaking of MacGyver, I think he was 50 when I was 10.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I bet
he might have been a little bit younger.
Computer, how old is Dean Anderson?
Dean Anderson is 54 years old.
Oh, he's 54.
August 1st,
So Fred is 14.
He's 14 years old.
So that's what that means.
Gosh. So I mean, I didn't realize we were so close. Like I thought he was like maybe 10 years old.
You could have been MacGyver.
I am MacGyver.
You are MacGyver. Okay, Fred said, "Cool." It made. Speaking of your painting, it made the face turn into an alien. And then Fred said, "I am tripping," and with a bunch of hilarious faces. Okay, are you ready to pull a name out of a hat?
I am.
All right.
Still eating this candy corn.
Are you really? Wait, you have a whole pile of candy corn?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's cool. So gross.
Okay. The whole bunch came out. Let's stuck together. They're post-it notes.
Fred got it.
Well, Fred,
It's
hey.
that way.
Oh.
Let me see, yeah.
Congratulations, Fred.
I mean, he got every one of them right.
You are Mr. Halloween.
Congrats, Fred.
What's that? The Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack. Oh gosh, the main guy, Jack.
Yeah. Somebody will tell us.
Yeah, that's who Fred is, but I can't think of his name. Oh.
Well, congrats, Fred. It is about time. We
Yeah.
appreciate you tuning in so much, and you got every one right, so it was bound to happen.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
And he just said first time ever, and Misty said way to go, Fred. So, Jackolantern.
Jackolantern, yeah.
Fred gave the answer. So he must be a Halloween buff with all this knowledge.
Well, Fred gets a lot of answers right every week, it seems like.
Yeah. Okay, so Fred, you know the drill. Whatever painting you dig on the website, let me know, and I will. You can message Sean via Facebook or whatever, or Instagram, whatever, and with your address, and I'll mail you a medium of that print. So. Fred said my B-Day is October, so.
Oh, nice.
Both of my brothers, actually, speaking of, it is Andy's birthday today.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday,
Andy, even though I know he's probably, I don't know, coaching or drinking beer and watching I don't know, TV.
And it's
Not
some
us.
unique, special IPA they've only made 3 bottles of. And,
He's plotting my fantasy football demise.
and your other brother is October 31st.
Yeah, my other brother's birthday is October 31st, so he is truly haunted. So, oh, Fred said his is the 7th, so happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday. That's awesome.
Anyway, well, that's pretty much it. So next week we will have progress on the mural, be able to update you guys on that, and we might be, half conscious, I don't know, exhausted.
I think next week I ought to read you questions, and every time you get one wrong, you have to eat black licorice or candy corn.
No.
I think that's a brilliant idea. She doesn't like either of those things.
No. Although next week is challenge week, so we do have to figure out a challenge to humiliate you, not me, you.
I don't like them apples. Well, thanks so much, guys, for hanging in here with us. We sure appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure like, subscribe, share us, all that fun stuff. If you have any suggestions on Halloween stuff or challenges or artsy weirdness, let us know. We would love to incorporate it in the live stream. So
yeah,
we always enjoy it.
And we might be live streaming from the wall next week. I don't know.
Who knows? It'll be crazy.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks.